Hey guys, welcome to Back with Better Studios. My name is Adeshewa. Today I'm going to review a YouTube movie on Bolaji Ogumola TV, which is A Flicker of Us. A Flicker of Us is about two teenage best friends who became enemies and departed in their teenage years. Now their path has crossed, with more betrayal and more secret unfolding. Will this break them or make them? Starring Bolaji Ogumola, Bam Bam Ayola Ayolola, directed by J Blaze. To the story, this is one of the most interesting and intriguing story I've seen this year. A story that makes you very indecisive. Your sense of judgment is played with, trust me. So in case you haven't watched this movie, let me name some movies that are similar and you will understand what a lot of people have been talking about. So if you have watched Poison and Ivy by Biodun Steven, yes, this is like a similar, a bit similar with the story to an extent, or Forever with Number Days by Bolaji Ogumola. So if you have watched these two movies and you love them, you're going to definitely love A Flicker of Us. Story, it is so noticeable that a lot of thought went into writing this story. It's so obvious from all of the angles of things that were happening, just layers of things upon layers of things. I really, really just like the story, and I like the subtle yet pushy note of advice on sexism, stigmatization, and generalization. So, to be honest, this story is well written. It is well written. Good one. To the actors' performances, I'm going to start with the young actors who played as the younger self of the two female lead characters. The actors are Adeniga Oriofe as young Lala and Darasimi Ogbeta, I hope I pronounced her name correctly, as young Tiwa. These ladies were phenomenal. They carried the emotions like this was their last acting job on planet Earth. They were really good with their performances. They gave their best. Kudos to them. I just remembered the slap scene and I did not see that coming at all. Very, very good performances. And I feel like almost every woman that watched that movie saw herself like when she was younger in different scenarios. Now to the lead actors, Bam Bam, Bolaji, Ugumola, Ayola, Ayolola, take your flowers. I like that they gave us an outstanding performance to a beautiful story like this, because it's going to hurt so much if we have a very good story and the actors did not just give us like what we want. The energy was not matching. So there's a good story and we had actors that gave us very, very good performances. We felt the raw emotions, the pain, the hurt, betrayal, confusion, loving feeling, butterflies, and all of that. Every actor in this movie gave us a very good performances. Amazing cast from A to Z. To the directing by J Blaze, this is another beautiful movie he has directed, and from the first movie I watched that he directed, which is Forever with Number Days, I have is that the first? I think so. I think so. I think I've watched maybe another, but I think the one that I really liked that stood out for me with his work was Forever with Number Days. And what stood out for me was the different camera angles. I really like it when we just, have different camera angles. Like you're viewing a scene from not the so typical close up shots. That's where you have like up, like maybe a personal shot of just one actor, or the wide shot, that is when you have more actors, maybe two or three at a time on your screen. Then the personal one or the close-up one is just an actor in that scene, in that particular like scene you're looking at. That's what I mean. I hope you guys understand. I'm not a cinematographer or editor, but I'm just going to explain as much as I can. Anytime I see his movies. I want to see, oh, what are the camera angles that were played with in this movie? What are the transitions in this movie? And also, shout out to the cinematographers and the editors. Very beautiful picture quality. I also like how the backstory scenes, like the past scenes, were color graded. I really like it. And even the entire film, very, very good color grading. Shout out to the colorist for that, or the editor, anyone. So I'm going to be giving accolades to everyone that I observe their work. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that if I didn't say something about your work, you didn't do a good job. I'm just like people that I observe something. So the soundtrack of this movie was as interesting as the movie itself. Speaking about sounds, I like the audio of this movie, very good audio, and I don't think I observed any sound issue. The thing about sound issues is that it makes it distracting when you're watching a movie, just distracting. That's just all, but I did not observe any sound issue. And I must mention the costume and props. This was literally perfect. Each costume and props were perfect for each scene, each season of the scene. So in the past, when we had, past things, we had the old Mortina and the old soft drinks bottles, their costumes. I remember the delivery man wearing khaki, the bicycle, the house, everything just like gave a very very good picture. So imagine it was well color graded, the costumes were good, the props were perfect, everything was just given. I really like when like attention is put into detail. It's so noticeable that nothing is just left that just let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. Everything was just like put in place. Everything was thought over and it was just done the best way they could. See, kudos to everybody on this team. You guys did an amazing job. What just came to mind was the scene where Tiwa and her kids came to the city and the car they drove in with was stained with mud. I was like, I love things like this because typically when you're coming from a very very far place and maybe you're in fail or whatever, like your car is going to be stained with mud, and that it just shows that, oh, they're coming from a very far place to the city. Those just little things in movies, like when you just see that it shows reality, it shows realistic feeling of things in real life. I don't even that's even too much words. But yeah, try to get understand what I'm trying to say. It gives me joy when the crew members, the director, the actors just gives us the best. It's really 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 joyful when you're watching the movie. Once again, kudos to the actors and the crew members, the entire team. God bless you. You guys did an amazing one with this movie. A Flicker of Us is a very interesting movie. Watch this movie if you haven't, and you're going to thank me later. Okay? Yeah, something it just came to mind that I was talking about, a very good story and all of that. I think why I even appreciated the story more was the ending, because I was just looking at this movie. How is this end going to be? How is this end going to be? And it was just the perfect end. If it has ended any other way, I would have been like, okay, what's happening here? Because the decision Ayola made was just so perfect. It was just so perfect. It was just the perfect way to end this movie. Very, very good one. So, too much talking. This movie is on Bolaji Ogumola. Go watch it and you're going to have a very, very good time. Okay? My name is Adeshewa and I'm going to see you in my next review. Bye.